The newly minted United States Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. So great to see you. Congratulations, Madam Secretary. Haven't gotten to talk to you since you were confirmed. So, obviously, Department of Education about their final mission. And it's actually designed to help kids and help improve education.
Well, absolutely, because, you know, the president certainly believes, as do I, that the best education is closest to the kids, with parental involvement, with teachers being able to be innovative in what they are doing, and to take the bureaucracy out of education. Let's get the money to the states. You know, Department of Education through the federal government provides about 8 to 10% of the budget for education in each state, but that money should be well spent by the states.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we know that there are multiple reports of a drafted executive order to eliminate the U.S. Department of Education. So White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying yesterday that those rumors are not true, but Trump seems all in favor of this. So here's what he had to say yesterday. Take a listen.
Well, I want to just do it. I mean, we're starting the process. We're trying to get the schools back into the states. Let the states run the schools. And I'll tell you, you'll see something, it's gonna blow your mind. It'll be run so well. The school system. And I also believe in school choice, but that will take care of itself.
So what can you tell us about this executive action?
Well, certainly, I'm not going to get ahead of the president. He'll be on his own timeline to do what he wants to do. But he made it crystal clear during his campaign that he did want to put education back to the states, just as he said just now. I think there is a lot that the Department of Education can do to help get ready for that. Now, we have to make sure that our states have the tools that they need, that we can be helpful with research, we can be helpful with sharing information about best practices, which many governors have used already. I mean, we've seen Iowa, we've seen Louisiana, we've seen Mississippi, who are focusing back on school choice as well as teaching the basics of math and reading. You know, their scores on the National Report Card, the NAEP tests, have all come up. And that is without federal intervention and federal bureaucracy. And so we've really shown that what works best is that education that is handled closest to the students.
You know, we played the clip of the president at the top of this segment. Obviously, it's not the first time you've heard him saying he wants you to put yourself out of a job. But when you listen to the opposition, they try to make this that you're taking, this whole mission is taking away something from students, from schools, from parents. And the fact of the matter is that most of the programs they're talking about existed before the Department of Education was even created. It can go back.
Well, let me give you one stat. The Department of Education was established in 1980. Since then, we've spent about $1 trillion on education, and scores have continued to go down. We are not doing something right. We're not going to take anything away from the states or anything away from education. There's a lot of funding that goes to states through statute, and so Congress would have to change that so that that funding will continue to go into the states. But when teachers tell you and administrators tell you that of every dollar that comes in, they spend about 47 cents trying to comply with regulations. Let's not have that. Let's have the full dollar or close to it be spent on education in the states. We'll see a big difference.
You know, we had RNC Chairman Michael Whatley on at the top of the hour, and he said that you care about students and that you are a warrior for students. Where does that come from?
Well, I think, you know, I'm a mother and I'm a grandmother, and I've certainly been very supportive of my children through school and have seen, you know, what teachers can bring to the table. I studied French in college. I got my certificate to teach. I wanted to be a teacher. I think teaching is one of the most noble professions that we have. We need to support our teachers, pay them well, but allow them to teach. Let them be innovative. They're in the classroom. They know what their students need. We can't direct it through bureaucracy. And I think we've seen test scores decline because teachers haven't been able to teach.
You know, one of the things that we're focused on so much right now is obviously Elon Musk, DOGE, what he's doing to government. I think many on the left confuse bureaucracy for democracy. Obviously, I think you are focused and tasked with helping to reduce the staffing at the Department of Education. What's the role of Elon Musk in this entire endeavor?
Well, it's a directive all across government. I look at it, come from the private sector, like an audit. And I have welcomed the DOGE team that has come into the Department of Education. They are identifying programs that are wasteful. They are looking at, in terms of number of employees that are there. we want the best employees. I think the president said yesterday, and I heard him say it again today, we want to keep all of the best employees, but for those who are not performing, we shouldn't have those. I mean, I would look at it the way I would any company in the private sector. Let's trim down. Let's make sure that the people who are there are the very best ones to do the job, and we will then see a rising tide lifts all boats.
I want to ask you about something we've really seen explode over the last year and a half, anti-Semitism on college campuses throughout the country, really unacceptable, and Donald Trump understands that, and I know you understand that as well. I know the department has launched investigations into illegal harassment of Jewish students at 5 universities already. How do you and your department plan to end this altogether and make sure that Jewish students have a safe place to learn?
Well, that is the goal. They have to have a safe place. Students should not be afraid to walk across campus or go to classes or be prevented from getting to class. And so there is federal funding that goes to universities. And so the president has made it clear that he will withhold that federal funding or cancel it to those universities who are not protecting students from anti-Semitism. There shouldn't be discrimination for anyone on campus. Everyone should have open access to an education. And this really isn't about stopping freedom of speech on campuses. This is preventing violence. The police need to be called in. People should not be hurt, and they should feel safe and comfortable on their campuses. It should be a place for learning, for open debate, for sharing ideas, but not for violence.
Absolutely. Madam Secretary, it's been great to chat with you. Thank you for
great
joining
to see you
us.
again.
Great to see you. Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.